Hey guys, this is Crypto Coin Guru. So let's talk about what's going on today. Actually, what started out as yesterday or last night and has been happening, so on and so forth, right now as we speak. Now, I wasn't going to make an audio podcast or even write about what's going on, but I had so many people contacting me, family, friends, text messages, Twitter messages, just asking about what the heck is going on in the cryptoverse. So I said, you know what, let's just kill two birds with one stone and let's go ahead and put something out here. Honestly, I really don't think anyone should really be panicking. I'm not panicking. This is just a normal. It's just very normal in the cryptoverse, in the cryptocurrency universe here. We all know that cryptos are very, very volatile, and case in point, what's been going on. So there's been actually a lot of speculation on why these prices have been dropping. I don't honestly know, but I can we can kind of get a feel for what it could be. There are some people that are saying it could be the Chinese New Year. As people pull funds out, since that is in January and whatnot, and so they're pulling funds out, taking that money, buying gifts and whatnot. We do tend to see a drop around this time in January every year. If we go ahead and zoom out and look at the larger perspective of the Bitcoin chart, and I'm going to be focusing on Bitcoin only for the matter that everything usually follows Bitcoin. Bitcoin is God, or Bitcoin is digital gold. And so when Bitcoin goes flying down, altcoins also get slaughtered. And why? Let's think about this. When Bitcoin's price drops, all those people that are invested in altcoins, what they want to do is they want to flood all their money out of altcoins and put it back into Bitcoin because they want to hedge a position in Bitcoin. Well, those would be the smart investors. There are some people that are left with holding the bags, and that's because they don't know what they're doing. They're following the hype. They're not really understanding the concept of trading, much less the concept of this cryptocurrency technology. So that being said, as Bitcoin plummets down, altcoins also saw a sea of red, and I am talking about a massacre going on in the altcoin world. But we know why that's happening. Everything follows Bitcoin. But we saw Ethereum drop, we saw Litecoin drop, and again, like I said, people are just pulling money out of the market, and that could be because of the Chinese New Year. It could be because a lot of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, for the most part, which the media has been striking. This whole Korea and whatnot, the issue with the China issue, where they're saying, oh, there's going to be even more sanctions. They're going to stop trading of cryptocurrencies or get people to stop trading cryptocurrencies. The Korea thing, governments can regulate or try to regulate cryptocurrencies as much as they want. Will it truly happen? Absolutely not. Why? They can regulate pretty much the on-ramps and off-ramps, and that's basically through taxation, saying that, hey, if you are putting money into cryptocurrency, when you pull it back out into fiat or US dollar, yen, rupees, rubles, whatever it may be, you have to pay a tax on it. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me at all. I am willing to pay that tax. As a matter of fact, when I file my taxes this year, I printed out all my stuff, all my holdings. And I'm okay with paying 15% tax because my gains have been ridiculous in the crypto world. So, like I said, they can limit the on-ramps and off-ramps. How long that will last? Not very long, because we have people working on this technology of decentralized exchanges, like DEX, for instance, and whatnot. But I can talk more about that on Friday's podcast when I do the news, the weekly news. But regardless, that's how they're going to try to approach restrictions, and that's what's causing a lot of fear and uncertainty. Something that happened to me recently, actually just a couple of days ago, we know on Monday, Capital One decided that they're not going to allow people to transfer money into Coinbase, GDAX, or any of the other exchanges. And it was really funny because when I contacted them, they affirmed the fact that, yeah, they're not allowing that because they don't trust. There's no security when you're buying cryptocurrencies. And it took me literally 20 minutes talking to someone from the higher up saying that, look, guys, if you're not going to let me spend my money the way I want to spend it, since I'm spending it in a legal manner, I'm paying taxes on this, that you shouldn't be playing parental figure and telling me, no, I can't spend this the way I want, especially when you're allowing people to gamble money at casinos, which is basically throwing money away, or allowing people to buy alcohol and cigarettes, which is, let's just call it, you're allowing people to spend money to slowly kill themselves. It is what it is. So why is it that I can't invest my money in any legal manner that I so choose to do so, even though it may be highly volatile like cryptocurrency? Interestingly enough, 7 hours later, apparently all my transfers that I was hoping would make it to Coinbase were reenacted. Basically, I got emails saying, oh, your money is being transferred. And I was like, this is kind of funny. So basically, you're trying to freak people out because you have a vested interest in people not investing in cryptocurrencies and being invested in the US dollar because you want money to be centralized. Anyways, I'm going to step back from this rant that I've got going on that just started. Let's focus back on what's going on here. Another thing that we have to keep in mind is that why is this fear, uncertainty, and doubt being planted? If we look back at these charts every January, what happens in January? Bonuses come in. Wall Street gives out bonuses around January 15th-ish, right? And wouldn't it just make sense for these guys to freak everyone out so the market drops drastically so that when they get their bonuses, they can buy at a very, very reduced price? Obviously, definitely, right? And we're going to see this happen every single time. For those people that don't understand the market, they're going to get freaked out and they're going to jump out. Always, always, always bear in mind two things, right? One thing is dollar cost average. Always dollar cost average. And what that means is basically every Monday, put in $10, put in $20, whatever that set amount is, right? Every Monday or Tuesday, pick a day of the week and start investing that day. Sometimes you're going to hit, you're going to be putting money in at a high amount. Sometimes you're going to put it in when the market is low. But when you average it out, you are going to be better off. The other thing is scaling. When the market drops, what I usually do is I set up a Fibonacci setup on my maps and my charts, and I make a game plan, saying, look, if this drops under 50%, right, I'm going to do this. If it drops under 61%, I'm going to do this. If it goes below 80%, this is what I'm going to do. So at this point, what I was waiting on was I was waiting for the market to dip below the 60% mark. Why the 60% mark? Because I was just looking at the resistance lines and whatnot and the support lines. For me, that 60% marker was the sweet spot. And once it dipped into there, I would start to scale in. And what that means is at about 10,500, I would put in $10. And this is just an example. At about 10,200, another $10. 9,800, another $10. And what I'm doing is I'm creating a plan so I'm not freaking out. Because I've been doing this, because I've been scaling and dollar cost averaging in, when the market dropped to as low as 9,100, way early this morning around 2 a.m. US time or whatnot, I was fine. I was still 50% in the green. And I was sitting back, kicking back, smiling, and just watching the chaos as people freaked out. And they're still freaking out. But like I said, if you don't know how to read the charts, if you don't know what I'm talking about as far as your averages are concerned, your 50-day averages, 100-day averages, 200-day averages, what those things mean, if you don't know what the Fibonacci sequence means or says, join the members group on CCG. It's cryptocoinguru.net. Become a member, because that's where I'm going to talk about what these things are And more so than talk about it, I'm a true believer, and I believe that the CCG family here is a true believer of teaching. Because the saying goes, if you catch a fish and give it to someone, you'll feed them for a day. But if you teach them how to fish, you'll feed them for their entire life, right? And the point is what we're trying to do is we're trying to build these skill sets. We're trying to teach these skill sets so that you're not reliant on us. You may want to come back and check and be a member because we're always offering new things. We're offering new insights, but you're learning the basics, the 101, the crypto 101 of how to read these maps, right? How to read these charts, how to tell when to make your moves. Like I said, we're not financial advisors. We're just here to teach you guys on how to make sound, accurate moves in this market, in this very volatile market. I'm hoping this helps out. I'm hoping you guys aren't freaking out, or if you are, by all means, if you're going to take out your profits, do so. That's your right to do so. And more power to you. Personally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hodl. And by hodling, I'm just going to hold on to what I have. I'm going to watch the market, fall down and then go right back up, and we'll see what it does. Right now, I'm still in the green. And again, like I said, I'm looking and hoping that we get to 8,000. Why 8,000? Because as I look at the charts and whatnot, that's the mark. Like, that's what I'm salivating for, is waiting for that $8,000 mark so that I can go in. And I don't mean the whole $8,000. I mean somewhere in the 8,000, anywhere from 8,000 to 8,999. Because at that point, that's when I'm going to really, really buy in. But if it doesn't ever reach that, I have my game plan. I have when I want to invest, how much I want to invest, and in what portions. What dividends, or sorry, not dividends. What amount? Like, say I want to invest $100. I'm going to break it up into quarters, 25, 25, 25, 25. Or in my case, I usually break it up into 1/10 and invest accordingly as the market moves. Again, scaling. Why? So when the next dip happens, when the next huge dip, which always will happen, come next January, it's going to happen again. Even before then, there will be a dip. I will be sitting there pretty, smiling, and saying, you know what? I'm not losing. You have to remember, you're not really losing if you're playing with the market's money, right? If I made 100% gains on what I put in, say I put in $100 and I'm sitting on $200, that's 100% gain, right? Because I've made $100 in the market. And then there's a huge drop, right? I have to keep in mind that $200 isn't all mine. What's mine that I put in was $100 I initially invested, right? So whatever the market does with the remaining $100, that gain that I had, I should just let it be. Relax. Don't worry about it, right? If you want to take those gains out, that's up to you. And more props to you for taking out those gains when you had the opportunity to. Personally, I believe in Bitcoin technology. I believe in what's going on here, this revolution. And I equate it to the internet revolution that happened way back when, in 1995. So I'm in it for the long haul, and we're talking 5 years, 10 years. So basically, I'm putting money in at these really beautiful dips, and I'm loving these dips. And I'm basically just leaving my money, hodling, and watching it grow. That's about it. I don't want to take too much time. Just wanted to reach out and let you guys know what my mindset was. Hopefully that helps you guys out. If you want to pull your money out, it helps you decide what to do. And if you want to hodl, if you want to, sometimes it's just a little reassuring knowing what other people are doing, especially those that have been in the cryptoverse or in the cryptocurrency trading market for a very long time. That's about it. Again, if you want to learn about how to read the graphs, the charts, how to tell what you're doing, what you're not doing, the $8,000 mark, how I got to that, based on the moving averages, join the members section. It's dirt cheap. It's a monthly subscription, and we talk about these things. And we try to teach our members on how to make sound judgments and sound moves in this market. That's about it. CCG signing.